How are you? What's been going on?
Oh, well, I've been struggling with the drinking again.
Yes. What happened this week?
I don't know, I got an idea in my head to just, something happened at home, so I just went out for a day or two and just kept drinking.
You said you went out for a day or two. Did you come home or?
No, I stayed at a friend's house.
Okay. What happened this time? What was different from before?
It just got uncomfortable at home, so I just went out.
Yeah.
And I'm really struggling with this drinking.
You're struggling with the drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the trigger this time? What happened at home?
Well, I was getting screamed at.
Okay.
And she wasn't being nice to me. My wife.
Mm-hmm.
She got it in her head that I don't do anything or I don't do enough around the house, and I just got fed up with her, and I said, you know what, I don't even have to be here. I'm going to go out today.
Okay.
I need a day off.
So you took a day off.
So I took a day off, and I went to a friend's house, and she had blown up my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I just buried the hurt in a bottle.
So you buried the hurt in a bottle.
Yeah.
It sounds very like you were frustrated and hurt when she was yelling at you.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you sober for? I mean, it's been a couple of weeks since you had your last drink.
Well, I felt like I was pulling my weight.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was doing better, and then she just blew things out of proportion, out of nowhere.
Okay.
And instead of getting mad at her and yelling at her back, I just decided I'd just leave.
You just leave.
Go
What
to our
happened?
friend's house.
What happened the last time you guys fought? Because I know you guys have been in family counseling, marital counseling, and you're making progress there.
Well, the last time I blew up right back at her, but I'd been drinking at the time, so I got into they blamed everything on me because I'm drinking.
Right.
So this time I avoided her and then went drinking. But in my mind it was okay, but I can see where the avoidance is like, that's not a good way to cope.
So the avoidance didn't help in this situation, and the fighting didn't help in the last situation.
No, because I think it hurt the relationship that I had with her. She's become distant since I got home.
Okay, right, because you were released from the program and you returned back to work. How was that for you? Coming back home and her seeing that you were sober for a couple weeks,
Mm-hmm.
how was she with that?
I don't know that she sees anything good that I do. I think she just ignores, the fact that I'm trying the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I blame her for things too. I play my part in making her mad at me too.
There's a lot of blame and a lot of guilt feelings
Mm-hmm.
from
Mm-hmm.
the previous part of your relationship, and it's
Right.
carrying over down to
Right.
when you're trying to stay abstinent from alcohol, and instead of arguing with her like you usually do, you guys going back and forth, you decided to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So where did that change from you leaving the house to actually picking up the drink? Was it in your mindset to leave and go drink, or did you leave the house with a clear mind to just get away?
Left my house with a clear mind,
Mm-hmm.
and the first person I called was an old drinking buddy,
Okay.
and that's where I went wrong. Calling an old friend that we just go get smash-faced or whatever we do.
Have you had any other friends, from the AA meetings that you've been going to that aren't drinking right now?
Oh, I wasn't even about to call those guys. I know what they would have said, but and that was another one of my downfalls. Like, I know better.
Okay.
And, I guess I just needed a night off. I don't know. I felt better at the time, but I don't know. I can see if I continue to do it, it's going to be a problem. So I need to really, really work on it.
How did you feel the next morning?
Oh, I got hungover.
Got hungover.
Yeah. Sunday was just sleep all day, sleep it off,
Mm-hmm.
eat lots of bread. I got to a point where I was throwing up everything, so I had to eat bread to put something in my system.
So it wasn't a good feeling.
Me and alcohol don't actually get along.
No.
No.
So was it a worse feeling than fighting with your wife?
Yes, it was. Being sick all day was not as beneficial as what I could have gotten done constructively if I'd have stayed home. So
Okay.
I wasted 2 days instead of just finding out what's really wrong with her. But it's like when she gets so angry, I don't know what to do.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say that the 2 days were a waste of time. I mean, you definitely learned from it, right? You learned that you've gone a couple weeks without drinking, and then when you did drink a lot, you were throwing up the whole next day.
Oh my God.
You wasted your day off. You know, you felt sick, but you learned that it wasn't the best thing to do.
Right.
You know, so. And you said about your wife, you avoided it. You want to figure out what's wrong.
Right.
When you went back home, how did that go?
Well, at first she wouldn't talk to me.
Okay.
She went to her room, locked the door,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, she seemed to be on her phone with her sister or whatever she was talking to.
Okay.
So I just came in the house and talked to the kids and, Dad, you know.
They were excited to see you?
Right. The kids didn't see the argument. So they just didn't, I don't know what she told the kids, but she must have done what she usually does, which is to cover for me. If I go out like that, she knows I'm going to come home eventually. She didn't throw me out.
Okay.
She didn't pack my bags. So when I knocked on the door gently, she said, "Who is it?" And I said, "It's me." She said, "Oh, hold on." And so she told her sister, mumbled, "Assholes here," or whatever she said. I don't remember.
Right.
And then she hung up with her sister, opened the door, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, thought I'd come home."
So she was surprised that you came home.
Right. So we worked it out
Okay.
through the conversation. She asked me where I've been, and I told her everything, filled her in on the blanks and what I did,
Okay.
and what happened.
So you were honest with her.
I was honest with her.
So.
I didn't lie to her. I said I was out drinking.
Okay.
I said I wasn't goody. I didn't just go out and, mope around or something like she thinks I should do whenever I avoid her when she's mad. I went out and had a good time in spite of her, but I need to find a better way
to cope.
To cope when emergency crisis like that happens.
Okay.
And I need to get away, because when I get mad, I turn into Hulk. Because that's what happened. We got the thing in the problem in the first place. I don't just get a little mad.
You get very angry.
She'll scream at me, and I'll shout back at her.
So it escalates.
It gets escalated, and it's blown out of proportion before you know it. So I'm better off to just walk away.
Okay, so you have a solution that you just said, to just walk away.
Right.
But
staying out all night, I think, bothered her more than I'd like it to. I would have liked to have worked that out better.
Okay, which is good, because you saw that being honest with her and talking to her calmly, she was able to, it seems, forgive you, allow you back in the house, see the kids. She covered for you.
Right.
How do you feel about her covering and kind of pretty much lying to the children about where you were?
Well, I felt like it was a necessary evil, but keeping everything that happens in the house ain't always beneficial, because we're not really fixing anything by covering it up and glossing it over all the time.
Right. Does it hurt you to know that the kids don't know where you are, and if something happened to you, they wouldn't know?
I think it's a mature decision to keep it away from the kids.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that that's the last thing I want to do is argue with her in front of the children, because it undermines our authority with the kids, and they'll try to turn us against each other, which is...
You don't want that to happen. But I mean, her having to cover for you in the first place, that's probably not the best thing for them to even be exposed to. Like, oh, Dad's not here for 2 days, and Mom's trying to give them some kind of story that might not always line up when you come home with how you look, or I'm sure you were thrown up all night, so you probably didn't look the best.
Right.
And then seeing that, they must absorb something. I'm sure that must be hurtful to know as a dad. Like, it might be damaging to them. They might not hear it from the parents, but they might see more than you think, or they're starting to get a little bit older now and understand.
They're not. Yeah, you're right. They're not stupid. I think they know. They know what's going on. If I just vanished, You
Right.
know, they know.
I'm sure that they worry, you know, them not seeing you for 2 days.
I think they were more glad that I was home.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they missed me that much. I would like to think they did, but you know, they don't always miss me. Not the way that you might fantasize that a child would miss their parent, but not always.
And why do you think that is? Why do you say that?
Well, probably because I've done it so often in the past.
So you think it's more of like a relief that you're home, but they kind of see it as a normal thing
Yeah,
for the family?
Dad's home.
Okay.
Dad's home. You know, that's how it goes.
And do you think that that's something that's healthy for them? I mean, I know it's not healthy for you, but for them being so young, what do you think?
I would have rather spent the
week.
weekend with them and did some activities and took them to the beach. It was a beautiful weekend. I hear that I missed while I was recovering from
Okay.
drinking. So, lots of things I missed out on.
So there, you know, it is Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend is coming up. You have off again.
Right?
It's supposed to be beautiful out.
Mm-hmm.
What are you planning on doing this weekend? What are you going to do differently this time?
I'm going to take my family out to dinner.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go out to dinner.
Go out to dinner.
And let's see what happens if you and your wife start arguing. What have you learned from this past weekend that you want to try to change?
Well, my wife and I were able to work out the core issue when I
Okay,
got home
that's perfect. That's good.
of what we were arguing about. So
Mhm.
that was doable because I came home sober.
Okay.
You know, I didn't come home drunk. I came home sober.
Which in the past you usually came home still drunk.
Anytime I'm drunk, it's not a good thing because I
Okay.
can't just get in my car and leave.
Right.
I'm trapped. Once I drink a drink, I'm trapped with whoever it is that's in that house.
Right.
And so I have to not drink. If I am there and there's a volatile situation going on,
Mhm.
I can't drink.
So you realize that. You noticed
Because I
that.
can't escape if something volatile happens.
Right. So it was a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to come up with a little prevention plan for you, just
Okay.
in case something does go wrong this weekend, or she tries to throw it in your face when you weren't home last week. God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like you guys worked out everything. I just wanted you to list 3 activities that you enjoy doing that can keep your mind off of drinking.
Listening to music,
Okay.
playing charades with kids.
So the children, you enjoy time with them.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a day at the beach.
Yeah, you said that it was a beautiful weekend and you want to go to the beach.
I'd like to make up for a missed opportunity.
That's good. So let's talk about a little bit about your social support. Now I know your wife is a trigger when she does fight with you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you list 3 people that you could call, maybe from the AA meetings, that would be supportive just to listen to you?
Yeah, John, Jerry, and Joseph.
Okay. And you guys have spent a couple of weeks together in the system, in the program.
Mhm.
That's good. And then I just want you to think of 2 things for me. Give me one from each group. The outcome of a relapse, which you just experienced,
Mm-hmm.
and then outcome of sobriety. So start with the relapse. What do you think would happen if you relapsed again?
I'd be missing out on life again. Because it takes you out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even remember what you did, what you talked about. It wasn't real relating. Like, I don't even remember what my friend talked about. So we had a good time, did a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah, but you don't remember any of it.
No. Woke up to a big mess of cans in the living room and, you know,
Thrown up everywhere.
well, I threw up in the toilet.
But still,
Mm-hmm.
it was an enjoyable experience for the rest of the day, right?
Well, yeah.
From what you remember.
Not when you're married to the porcelain god for a day. It's not fun.
Okay, so then tell me, what do you think would happen if you didn't drink this weekend?
Well, I won't have to spend my afternoon in front of the toilet, which would be better to spend in front of my kids and eating dinner.
Okay.
Taking the right kind of ingestion, and my body will start to act normal.
Okay.
So I think I'm better off without the drinking.
And you think you'll be able to deal with the cravings? Because I know you just had it recently.
Right. I think my issue is that I just don't have one drink, and that's where That's where the problem is.
But you do notice that.
Right.
That is what you've learned from this last relapse.
Right.
Well, that's good. So you have a couple plans this weekend to keep yourself distracted from that, and a couple people you can call if something does come up that you want to cope with in a different way than drinking. And I will meet with you next Thursday. We can see how great your weekend was.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna work on not drinking. I'll commit to that.
You feel strongly
I
committed?
feel stronger this time, and if there's a monkey wrench and she gets mad at me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just find out what it is and say I'm sorry.
Talking it out, working
Talk it
through
out
it,
better.
being honest.
Work on
Because I saw that you guys started the argument, and then when you did talk to her next, the talking and the honesty, what result did you get from that?
it. It was a positive result, you
Right.
know, and I think, anytime you have cooler heads that prevail, it's a better outcome.
Okay, and that's definitely something that I think that you're going to start working on. I mean, you
Mhm.
seem committed.
Right.
Let's put a number to it. On a scale of 0, I'm not committed, to 10. How confident do you feel right now?
All right. I would say that I will commit at this point, and I'll really stick to it, to a 9.
A 9. That's good.
Mhm.
That's a very strong,
Right.
high number. That's good. So,
Yeah, I want that. I want to be able to be strong,
mhm.
be able to assert myself without being aggressive,
Okay.
and to stay committed to that, stay committed to sobriety, and I think things will turn out better.
And I think next week when we discuss it, I'll see that your strong 9 keeps getting stronger. You
Mhm.
seem very committed and excited to spend your weekend with your family. And I hope that you have a great weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.